This is Antonio Moore coming to you from Tone Talks. Just giving a little bit about my background before I start. I'm an attorney here in Los Angeles. Just nominated for an Emmy for my documentary Freeway Cracking the System on the Iran-Contra scandal and mass incarceration. So as we talk, these are the kind of issues that I actually review and research, and it's disheartening what's going on in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on to give context so Black America and America as a whole can just be clear that we're not just seeing the results of a singular incident. It's a tragic scenario that's going down there. But I just wanted to do a video, kind of on short notice to give context to what's going on with Milwaukee and what's going on with Black America. I believe in so many instances you get these Black politicians, you get these sheriffs like David Clark that come on and make very short-sighted analysis on we just need to clean up the city. No, the city is functioning the way that you designed it. And so Black people are getting frustrated because they're tired of living a certain way. When you look at Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's considered one of the most racist places to live in America. The same place, same state that gave us Paul Ryan. Same guy that was spouting off at the mouth last year. And so when you look at the reality of what creates a sheriff like David Clark, who serves, in my mind, as cover for institutionalized racism that goes on in that place, you really start to understand that while the trigger point is this particular shooting, and the facts are coming out on that, this particular police shooting, what the issue is so much deeper. I did a piece for All Hip Hop last year, Conflicted Existence of African American Men, and it's a national piece. And one of the places that I looked at was Milwaukee. And in Milwaukee, as a city, of course, this is according to the Journal Sentinel, Milwaukee, Wisconsin Journal Sentinel. In Milwaukee as a city, the rate of unemployment for Black males between the ages of 16 and 54 working age is over 50%. Now, I don't know if you really understand what that means, but when we talk about African American males, we're talking about a group that largely will not get any inheritance, a group that relies on labor, and 50% of them are unemployed. 10, 15%, you might be able to look at individual choice. 50% shows you these men are going out, applying for jobs, and there are none. You're looking at social dysfunction and social collapse, economic genocide. And so to sit up and talk about neighborhood cleanup and not deal with the dynamic of what the consequence of Blackness is, it's just a lie. And Black politicians are part of it all the way through, from David Clark to the state senator that spoke on CNN today. What we need to get real about is what Wisconsin actually is. And I think that fundamentally, we as African Americans have refused to be honest about that nationally, from Ferguson to Milwaukee now. We've refused to get honest about what creates an area like what we saw with Hurricane Katrina in Louisiana. And I really think it's the data starting to come out, and it's starting to be shocking for a lot of Black people to be real about things like what we saw last week from inequality.org IPS, where it said it would take a Black family 228 years to have wealth equivalent to a white family today. Not in 228 years it evens out, but for them to get even with the white family today. And what it means is that Black people are legitimately, as the Urban League has written, locked out. And we got to ask ourselves, is there a way for us to even fix this? Or is this just the dynamic of our existence in this country if it stays as it is? Young high schooler does a piece last week on Wisconsin, on Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and what he was able to use is something called the racial dot maps. So this racial dot map, it basically shows where people live by race, by each dot represents so many people. And what he was able to partition, this is on Madison 365, I'm going to read it specifically. I'm going to read it in. Most of Wisconsin's Black neighborhoods are jails. He was able to basically do something that none of the state senators, none of the local politicians, none of the local officials for the city wanted to or did, this high schooler, and show that by a racial dot map, most of Wisconsin's Black neighborhoods are jails. Of the 56 black neighborhoods in Wisconsin, 31, 55% are jails by the racial dot map. Further, almost every single black neighborhood in the entire state of Wisconsin is either a jail or low-income housing. I mean, that's atrocious. And so, like, when you're looking at what's going on in Wisconsin, understand this is what these people are living through. And we got to understand when people are dog and whistle giving us piecemeal information like David Clark is about bringing in the National Guard to confront people who are frustrated about being poor. I just wanted to do this video just to give a little bit of data, just so you guys, when you watch the news and you start reading this, know this is the backdrop. Major media channels might not give you this information, even though it seems like this is where you should start. You know, black people are frustrated because they're basically living a second-class citizen level of life. But that's not where they're starting. They're starting with a specific incident and then acting like, well, if we just quell the immediate issues, then everybody else will go back to the way it was. And so, you know, this is what I wanted to do a video on. I just wanted to share it with you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to Tone Talks. Definitely support Freeway Cracking the System. Nominated for an Emmy in the category of Outstanding Investigative Journalism, long form honor. And let's keep bringing this news.